Welcome back, thanks for tuning in. In my last video I put together a simple jig. My intent was to see if adding splines to a miter joint added anything besides, nice looks to the joint itself. As you can see in once my hand's out of the way, the one on the right there, that's a miter joint with splines, and I had tested a few of the joints out, seeing which ones would break, to see if it actually did add anything to the actual strength of it. And I got a comment regarding the fact that I had oriented the grains possibly in the wrong direction. As you can see here, these grains are lengthwise, whereas the other ones, they went across, and all the joints failed in the wood itself. So I decided what I was going to do is orient them properly, and then of course what I was going to do as well, instead of doing these piecemeal, I'm going to test all of the joints out. I'm going to test all the ones that I use, I should say, because there are certainly many more ways of doing joints. But I find this particular selection works well for all the different sizes of wood I use, and they have served me well, except, of course, I haven't really tried splines yet. So what I'm going to do here is I made a butt joint, a miter joint, a dowel joint, and a rabbet joint. Those are the first four there. And then I did a miter joint with splines, and then I am doing this. This is, I make a lot of boxes, for toting stuff around, storing stuff, and that sort of thing. And it seems to be more prudent or more accurate to test these out in this configuration. So I have a dowel with a grooved bottom. The reason why I did a grooved bottom is because I did that with the miter box, and I decided I'd keep it that way, even though normally what I would do is put an inset bottom on it, but the problem with that is you have to put it on the inside so you don't see the bottom, and that means I would have to use 1/2 inch where all these are 1/4 inch bottoms. And then there's this. This is the full rabbet. There's a rabbet insert for the bottom, rabbet obviously for the joint itself. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to first off orient all these according to how much effort it is to make them. This is the easiest one. It's just cut 2 pieces of wood, glue it together, and it's done. The next, and also very easy to do, is the dowel, then it's miter, and then the rabbet joint, because the rabbet takes a little bit more effort. Now, the reason why the spline is going after the rabbet is because you have to add the splines into it, and it takes a bit more time. These three are fairly equal. These two are a little bit easier to do because I have to cut the groove, and that's all I need to do for that. That is the dowel, and then the miter as well. So where those two go, it's really not that particular. But the full rabbet is the one that takes the most time. So that is how long it takes to put all these together. And, we're going to see if any of these that are easier to make are more durable than the ones obviously further down that takes more time. And the first up is the butt joint. It was expected to be the least strong. It was just it took remarkably little strength to break that, because it is a butt joint. There's nothing really going on there, just a little bit of glue and the end grains. Now this is a very strong favorite of mine. As you can see, it didn't take too much effort to just to crack where that glue is on the end, but when you try to pull them apart, it's a completely different story. I really have to force this to get it to break, and that means it's actually a nice strong joint. Now when it's fully supported on all edges, that would not be easy to do at all. And this is just a straight miter. Again, it just broke. It is a little bit stronger than the butt joint, of course, because there's a little bit more surface area there, but yeah, it didn't take any effort to break that. But it's okay. It's not meant to be strong all by itself like that. This is the rabbet joint, and of the unsupported joints, like there's no dowels or anything else here, and there's nothing making this any stronger. You can see that this is actually really quite strong. A lot of the wood broke to get it apart, and yeah, I'm very impressed with that. That is actually quite a strong joint. and this is the spline. And it obviously adds more strength than just the spline, the miter by itself. And you can see here, even after it broke, it still basically just holds together. I can just slide it back up, and there you go. It's a joint again. Obviously, it's not as strong as again, a fully supported box. Now this is a dowel with a groove bottom, and I know again it's not the kind I would use, but the kind I would use would require a 1/2 inch bottom for the dowels to work. Now, as you can see, it took a great deal of effort to get this to break. This is, well, first off, the joint itself really didn't give way. The groove did. Oh, sorry, you can see a little bit of a give in there in the glue, but it was mostly the fact that the groove fractured. And this again is, you can see the miter let go, but it's still holding until, of course, the wood gives way. And yeah, that's, again, the groove bottom really does add an awful lot of strength to these joints. And this is how I would make, well, if I were making a box like I did before, that's how I would put together a bottom for that. This is the full rabbit, and this one here is taking a great deal of effort to get it to even remotely split at all. This is by far of all of them. As you can see, when it let go, it snapped. And also, I'm going to take a second here to go find the piece. One of the pieces went flying behind me. I had to go get it. That's what I'm doing right now. The whole thing got destroyed, but it took a great deal of effort, and it never really actually broke the joint itself. It just completely exploded, and by far the strongest, of course. I think the dowel one with a proper bottom would equal it. But anyway, there you go. That's my strength test. Thank you for watching. Leave comments. Let me know what you think about all this, and I'll see you in the next video, and bye for now.